I don't want to repeat. If Kingdom Esports, they lose a game like that again,
Paper Tigers.
My tail's been itching for a real fight.
Tell me about it, right? Yon is a very emotional player, right? And he can really be one of the best junglers provided he wakes up in the right side of the bed.
What can I say about this? We've got Farsa, Kalia, we've got the CC as well as Baxia that's been banned out.
Yep, seems like we're going back to common suspects, right? Ignite Gaming banned away the 1-1 in the previous game. There's also the Kimi that Kingdom Esports took away because, you know, the Blade was just so comfortable on it, and both Blade and also FMM are also really good at it. Farsa ban coming out from the side of Kingdom Esports as well. A similar ban coming up from Kingdom Esports in game number 1. Alice is definitely on that list. Same as game number 1, and they will also do so in game number 3, taking away the chip in for the side of Ignite Gaming, especially in this particular map. It's a great idea. You don't want to give it over to Lozy.
With the Alice as well as the chip taken away, now KE have the opportunity if they want to go for the Yisunshin.
I think Lancelot is definitely going to be a better pick for the side of Yon.
Do they want to first pick that though?
I don't think so, because Zach has shown that, well, he's not really, he doesn't really have a good track record on the assassin jungles as of yet, based on our stats here. But maybe other things like perhaps not say a Phobius, right? A CC, CC got banned away from the side of Ignite Gaming already. But Jinsanity going to go back to his one of his signature Uranus.
Okay. First pick Uranus.
Mandala blossoms from the withered
Yeah, they definitely have to counter that. I was thinking if Kingdom Esports go for something else apart from the Lancelot, Ignite Gaming definitely going to take that away. And now you go for you first pick a Uranus. Ignite Gaming is going to respond immediately with a Lunox. I don't know whether this is a bit of a LY for outdrafting Kingdom Esports right here.
I think it's still a little bit too early for us to say that.
They need some form of methods to deal with the Lunox.
To deal with the Lunox, I think that there isn't a very specific hero that can really just outright deal with a Lunox.
Time to drop the beat
upon the first blossom.
Your
team is picking.
Joy and also the Angela. They need some form of burst to be able to deal with the Lunox, like what I mentioned. Joy definitely fits the bill. To be able to run it down and also fix the waves very quickly and also get out dodge. So there's a bit more mobility. And if you're Ignite Gaming right here, if they need to be able to match with the EXP laner here against a Uranus, and Esmeralda perhaps looks really good right here, especially when an Angela is already selected by the side of Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, I think that's relatively fair, especially since Esmeralda is a really good way to deal with that Uranus as well. I think that it is a missed opportunity not to pick up the Esmeralda here. They don't have any other reason to pick anyone else to just counter that immediately.
Oh, that's exactly what. Yeah, that was exactly what Kingdom Esports was fearing since yesterday, right? The Franco ban, like what, 2 games in a row. Well, if you consider yesterday as well, that's what, 3 games in a row as well, because Hoki is just hooking up Kingdom Esports like they're literally iron hook magnets.
Honestly, it's like fishing in a barrel. Like fishing in a barrel. No, shooting fish in a barrel. Yes. Shooting fish in a barrel. Yeah, that's right.
I thought you invented another proverb right there.
Fishing shoots in
fishing in barrel.
Fishing shots in the barrel.
Barreling in the fish.
Welcome to Grok's Castle.
Barreling shots in the fish.
Anyways, Grok being banned away by the side of Ignite Gaming. Expect the Cho to be taken away by the side of Kingdom Esports. A bit of a knee-jerk reaction from the side of Coach Icy Frost from the side of Kingdom Esports, taking away that Harith already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they, at this point in time, IG, they have pick off. They have ways to really make full use of the pickoff because of, it's either the bloody hunt into good amount of combos coming in from the Lancelot, but most of the time it would be darkening from the Lunox that immediately kills that one person. That is also a Lunox that can deal with the Uranus pretty darn well. If KE don't ban the Esmeralda, I would find that to be a very difficult game for KE. They will put them in a very outdrafted position.
Muscle of iron.
There you go.
Your
You got a
team
Kacha,
is
get taken away. Another one of the heroes that have a ton of CCs. I think right now Kingdom Esports is really lacking in terms of the CCs. There you go, the 1-1 gets taken away. Definitely, right? Because Kingdom Esports, there's no point for them to go for the 1-1. Ignite Gaming, on the other hand, you take away the 1-1.
Esmeralda pick, isn't it not?
Yeah, I think 1-1 has more threat against Kingdom Esports, especially when they've got a Joy, they've got an Angela, they're a pseudo tank. 1-1 could just easily shred through them.
I'm not too sure about that. There's always a secondary win condition that we can see out of the Lunox even. It doesn't necessarily have to put too much things into the gold laner. In fact, this is a game where they can go Bane. I mean, yes, you don't have a Yesushin. Yes, that means that you don't have a proper marksman. But let's be honest here, Lunox can kinda be seen as a marksman because of the fact that you can keep on Chaos Assault your way through with your Darkening. So that can be a very good replacement for the gold laner.
Yeah, there you go. Esmeralda selected by the side Ignite Gaming. Kingdom Esports really lacking in terms of the CCs, right? Gold laner wise, unless they go for a Ruby gold lane to be able to make up for the lack of CCs, but then they're sacrificed in a lot of damage. I would say Uranus does a lot of damage as well, hidden damage, but I'm not going to rely on that Uranus just to deal the damage.
Maybe even Lunox in the gold lane, to be honest. The last pick can be so flexible depending on who is going to be going to mid. Is it okay? So now we know for sure. Okay, now we know for sure that Angela's going to go to mid. We have an early game centric marksman coming in from the KE. This gives IG even more reason to not fill in a proper marksman into the gold lane. They can still, of course, put the Lunox into the mid and put the Bane into the gold, but they can definitely put more early game centric burst damage to deal with that kind of regenerative properties, or rather the regenerative properties plus the shield from Angela by putting a very strong mid laner for the burst potential, number one. Number two, a hero that naturally loses in terms of lane prio. Rapidude. No, not Rapidude. It's definitely going to be carry Seiji. Now all of a sudden, both these two teams are put on a timer. It is Kingdom Esports. It is their prerogative to basically try to end the game as ASAP, right? Like, you send a Joy to literally run down the carry. If not, once carry hits a critical mass, that's it. IG has a lot of iframes to work with. And there's also another thing, right? Like, if you're sending Joy down to run it down against Ignite Gaming, you're going to potentially run down right into a bloody hunt for the side of Rapidude. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that Ignite Gaming can do against Kingdom Esports. But I personally feel, Bruno, this is also the first time that Grand brings it up in MPL Singapore stage. There's definitely other choices. I was thinking maybe even the Beatrix, right? Something that's good in the early, good in the late, good in the mid. Because right now, Kingdom Esports is just saying that, hey, if I don't win before the 12 minutes mark, that's it. I'm definitely going to lose the game. Ignite Gaming is just going to win it. Yeah. Very early game centric for Kingdom. They have a very good peeling from Uranus. They have good ways of locking people down with the Cho. They have early game centric power spike and damage coming from the Joy, and not to forget the Bruno. And essentially having an Angela in the mid lane, you lose in lane prio, but that also means that the Cho will be stuck in the middle lane together with that Angela most of the time to clear waves as fast as possible. As you can see, just 2 kicks plus the Concussion Blast can do so much to enable the Angela. Yeah, and right now I think it's also a lot more pressure for the side of FMM to basically hard guard on the right target. Don't forget, Yon on hard guard is definitely going to be very fun. And now you're playing on a map of dangerous grass, right? Yeah. Who's going to open the map for the side of Kingdom Esports? Lolzy. I think that Lolzy is still going to be the main guy, since as long as he's able to find the right person, he's just going to go straight for the kick. And they can, of course, supplement that by getting Yon to be able to go for 2 dashes, right? Just within the point in time, you have already bought in, just within that Way of the Dragon, you bought enough time for Yon to double dash and can pop off into the ultimate into the main ranks of the Ignite really early. And you even have the...
Seiji! Oh! A trade up top! It is still Seiji picking out first blood though.
Yep, it's still there. In the end of the day, Carry still won in that fight. He still managed to get more gold, more XP because he's around to get the kill credit.
Oh, Iron Hook whizzing by just a little bit. Losey comes with the knockup, try to catch onto Zac. Yon goes into the ultimate as well. Try to zip zap around the iframe, try to buy some time a little bit. Zac dashes to safety. Crisis averted for the side of Ignite Gaming and also Kingdom Esports.
Big amount of missed opportunity because of Zac's impeccable iframes gameplay.
Losey
right there to ensure everything is fine.
Still playing with fire just a little bit, trying to output the damage. Iron Hook lands onto FMM, gets slaps on. And speaking about slapping, Ignite Gaming slap onto Losey. Rapido burns away the flicker now. Yon gets caught just a little bit more. Luckily, he just has the cooldown to get out of there.
Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yon, although he doesn't have a lot of HP to work with, he gotta have to go back home before he can make his way over to the turtle. KE, as much as we want to see them strong in the laning phase, they're not exactly doing too well with a couple of mistakes as well as good plays from Ignite Gaming. This puts Ignite Gaming having the priority over the turtle.
Goes into the ultimate with the hard guard, steals away the turtle for now. Try to ring around the roses just a little bit. Hold on, so the rapid dude gets deleted by the side of Kingdom Esports. Yuta look like he's next. Insanity the slow, but Losey follows up with a dash over the wall and also a wave clear. Kingdom Esports snags the turtle and also a couple kills.
Yep, that's what we want to see from Kingdom Esports. The way that the team is supposed to get these kind of crazy damage over to Ignite. Now, they can of course put more priority into the gold lane this time so that they can further accentuate these farm over to Grant to get him running together with the team. However, there's no right or wrong positions here because they can of course help Insanity down in the bottom lane and the XP knock down this turret fast so that Insanity is actually open to start running the rest of the team, proxying lane, getting all these Radiant stacks without having to constantly go back into the lane just to clear waves.
Insanity level difference versus Yuta. Oh, Iron Hook. That will miss for now. Losey gets out of there. Or maybe because of the Shimpo CC immunity, right? But look at the level gap between your EXP laners. That's massive.
Yeah, huge, man. And surprisingly, it is still an Esmeralda that's supposed to do relatively well in this overall lineup. You have a lot of shields that you will be able to steal. Understandably, this is going to be a pull noodle fight between the XP laners. But once the fight comes together in a macro view, it's going to be good.
Well, unless you bring Yon as well, and here comes the ultimate coming up from Yuta to try to make a play out of it, but the turret targets onto Yon instead. The hard guard, it wasn't even committed as of yet. That's just Yon's shield, purely tanking as much damage coming out from Yuta.
That's a lot of healing right off the bat, my goodness. But regardless, that's 4 minutes and 30 seconds. The energy shield will be gone very soon. And unfortunately, that Bruno did not even take a single chunk of the energy shield away. So no acceleration of farm for this Bruno, unfortunately. That will mean that Grant might not pop off as early as we wanted him to.
This is exactly what I was talking about, right? Losey walks into a bush, opens out the map, gets stunned by Rapidude at the same time. Yuta jumps all the way in, will be able to tag onto Yon as well. Here comes a hard guard trying to stay alive just a little bit more, but don't forget, Esmeralda don't care about your shields. He's just going to slice through your HP bars instead. The heartstrings will be able to catch onto Yuta as well. Insanity step forward, and Yuta will be able to flicker all the way back out to safety, providing some time just a little bit. Zac down low as well, and it's going to be Zac securing the turtle. Insanity leading the charge. He's a Uranus. He is massive. The heartstrings will be able to land onto Blade. Doesn't have the brilliance to get out of there.
There is so much value that Esmeralda has managed to bring for the team with all the amount of peeling that she has done just by just 5 minutes into this game. This game could have been a lot easier for Kingdom Esports if not for the Esmeralda. There has been time and time again where Ignite Gaming's Esmeralda just got away with just a sliver of health, which is completely unacceptable for Kingdom Esports that has a team that can actually do a lot in the early.
Yeah, and right now, don't forget, Seiji has already secured the corrosive side. We call him Farmer for a reason. And once carry hits that critical mass, it's going to slice through Insanity like it's nothing. And also everybody from the side Kingdom Esports, right? So I echo what you're saying, right? Kingdom Esports needs to start playing around the gold lane, and they're trying to do so right now.
Yep, finally moving up to the top lane. At least there is... Okay, that's
There's a suppression. Grand immediately gets deleted, and that's not exactly ideal for the side of Kingdom Esports, as Ignite Galley collapsing onto Grand and Lozy as well. No safety net for the side Kingdom Esports anymore up top.
The top lane could very likely be completely pushed out, but luckily we do have Insanity that joined up to the fray to wave clear real quickly, but he also gonna have to be real careful. Even though the Bloody Hunt has already been used, it could go off cooldown anytime from here, while Yon doesn't seem to want to engage in that.
It doesn't seem like very interested, right? There's only just a... It's only just a Uranus. Yes, the Uranus was able to slow down, deals quite a few damage using the auto attacks, especially with the stack. But we're entering a mid-game phase right now. First turret on the way, down bot is already cracked. They send Bruno, start to unlock him just a little bit more. Don't forget, Bruno does come online a lot faster as compared to the carry, but Seiji seems like he's already online.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Grant did not get any energy shield points. Seiji did manage to get a couple of those. The very fact that Bruno and the carry goes lane to lane, but that's nothing that is bad to Seiji. That just shows the gold lane did not work in favor for Kingdom.
Yep, Yuta is dangerously deep in the enemy line, providing some vision over the side of Knight Gaming. Will be able to spot off Yon, but Yon is not really ready right here. Insanity in the midst right here. Seiji will be there trying to output the damage. Hard guard landing onto Grand, trying to protect him with the heartstrings as well. Will be able to catch onto the Iron Hook, lands onto Insanity as Zack takes down Lozy as Yon duels with Blade. One after another, picking up a double kill for himself as Kingdom starts, steps back with the damage, and Grand braving the turret, and he will be able to take somebody down. It will be Yuta going up top as Yon coming in for the defense at the same time now with the help of FMM on the heartstrings. He's just waiting for it. Nice stone rolls on the side Zack to prevent the heartstrings from connecting.
That's the way. 8 minutes and 16 seconds. Kingdom Esports finally won a pretty big and massive team fight that allows them to be able to take a very accelerated Lord, because both teams missed the third turtle, which is actually playing in favor for Kingdom.
Yeah, it's basically mid-game power spike coming in from the side of Kingdom Esports, right? And now this is a very awkward position for the side of Ignite Gaming. It's very hard for them to basically handshake any form of fight. Insanity right here, he's a tanky boy.
But Ignite Gaming, they're not exactly out of the game just yet. And so is Kingdom, they're not out of the woods. There are still a lot of ways that Ignite Gaming can come back. They, of course, do have the carry. Having the carry in here, they can always play a good game to come back. Blade also have very good ways to just rip crazily onto Insanity. You have an Esmeralda that can peel so much, and we've seen before.
Yon has secured a Holy Crystal for himself, and this is exactly what we like to see from the side of Joy, right? A Joy that's able to snowball and basically find assassinations on top earlier just now in that fight. Now the Lord's going to crash up top just a little bit. Insanity providing a bit of a zoning potential against Night Gaming. Even Blade doesn't really dare to step forward because of the level differences right there.
The T2 turret in the top lane actually doesn't really do too much for Kingdom. The main thing that they wanted actually is going to be the mid lane T1. They only have just one more heavy lane that they can work with. But unfortunately, I don't think that Ignite Gaming is going to give them that free T1 turret in the middle.
FMM is just split pushing up down bot. He thinks he's Moskov.
I mean, it does have... It does have global presence, so it's totally fine about that.
I mean, it's like
technically she's better than Moskov.
Yeah, he doesn't need to land the SOD.
Yeah, she's guaranteed to go back into the fight.
Exactly.
I mean, in your face, Moskov.
Yep, but Grand right now trying to knock onto the infrastructure of the side of Ignite Gaming. Look at how easily it falls. Yuta has to jump in to basically try to wave clear very quickly on. But I think, Kingdom Esports looking to re-enter that one.
We're 10 minutes and 30 seconds into this game. The T2 turret in the bottom lane is going to be threatened after all.
Nice kick right there to try to slow down just a little bit more. Yuta seems like he's going to be the main target right there.
He's
The
fine.
ultimate, but he is fine. He managed to escape, and now this time around, Ignite Gaming may have bitten more than he could chew. Is going to be them turning around against Kingdom Esports, and with Grand picking up the Malefic Gun, he's going to escalate out of control.
See the value of that Esmeralda? Bought so much time, managed to peel so much out of Kingdom Esports. Boy,
Yeah.
oh boy, if this was any other XP laner, I think it would be dead already.
Yeah, and also another thing, right? Kingdom Esports invested in a lot onto Yuta, right? Ignite Gaming wasn't that ready to basically snap back, to basically trade, because Kingdom Esports invested a lot. I was expecting Ignite Gaming to take the fight right there.
Actually, yeah, that would actually make sense. But I think that they wanted to kind of hold back a little bit just because of this. The Lord.
True.
The moment that they make a wrong move in that fight, they will cripple themselves so much more because the Lord spawns, they don't have enough numbers to really deal with this upcoming Lord fight, when this Lord fight is actually a fight that they can possibly, they can probably, you know, have a proper fight.
Yeah, but right now, don't forget, we're waiting for the critical mass from the side of Seiji, right? Once the carry starts coming online, I think we give it another 5 more minutes. Kingdom Esports, this is their power spike. They need to try to win and destroy defensive turrets. Top side and bot side is already cleared out, just the base turret, mid lane still wide open. They need to use grants a lot more effectively, because I feel like Kingdom Esports, they do have a big weapon, but they're not using it.
I think the Seiji should have at least 2 items from this point onwards, right?
Perhaps
if he has 3, I think if he has 3, then
Yeah.
it's pretty good to go for this fight. But 12 minutes, 3 items, okay. Not too sure whether it is a tall order.
I think that's the 3rd item, my bad. And that's the Demon Hunter Sword.
The one that he got is a 3rd item?
Yeah,
Okay.
could be a 3rd item. But hold on a second. It's just a very slow dance around the Lord Pit. Not a lot, but it's going to be...
That's a hook.
That's a hook right there. Lozi, unfortunately, will not be able to get out of there. Yon trying to jump all the way in, trying to bait all the damage. Hard guard also right there. Grand trying to output the damage onto Yuta. Look at the balls literally smacking his face over and over again, and Yuta couldn't hold.
With the Lord now down to 1/3 of HP, Ignite Gaming has got all 5 members remaining, and Zack takes the Lord.
Zack taking the Lord is massive for the side of Ignite Gaming. They bought some time for themselves, and not only just that, they take 3 members from the side of Kingdom Esports, and that's exactly what I was talking about, right? The critical mass that they have managed to conserve for themselves. This momentum, it's unstoppable.
With the Lord now marching up to the top lane, they can finally, at least for Ignite Gaming, be able to take down all of these outer turrets. Does Kingdom Esports even have any opportunity to defend this? Well, let's talk about wave clear here, right? Yon can wave clear, Drinsanity can wave clear, FMM can't, Grant can't, Lolzy, kinda.
Yeah, right now the only way for Kingdom Esports to defend is basically playing on Ignite Gaming side of the map. The Lloyd's being sent all the way down bot as Zack deals with the bottom lane turret as well. Yon being sent to deal with him. I think he's going to activate the ultimate just to try to wave clear as much as possible. But don't forget, that hook coming off a Rapid Dude is just what earned Ignite Gaming back into this position. And they're looking to crack open even more and output the damage onto Kingdom Esports.
The 2.5k goalie for Ignite Gaming is definitely a lot bigger than you expected, because Ignite Gaming's draft right now, they are more geared towards the mid to the late stages of the game, while Kingdom Esports is more for the early mid game, right? So as long as Ignite Gaming have got a good amount of gold for themselves and have managed to reach this point in time with an advantage, inherently they start winning in team fights. It balances out the fight a little bit more because Kingdom Esports is under the protection of their own turret. There will be more pot shots that will be dealt over to the front liners. So Yuta as well as Rapidu, they have to be really careful with the way that they dive, but I'm actually not too concerned for Yuta because he's got 2 additional sources of healing, which is, well, Uranus and the Angela.
Yeah, and mid lane, right? For the side Ignite Gaming is still standing strong. They still have the first tier turret, and this is something that allows them to basically constantly push against Kingdom Esports, right? Right now, Kingdom Esports has to play in the vicinity of the base. Top side looks really battered, and I think they're, like what I mentioned earlier just now, 5 minutes ago, Kingdom Esports needs to start using Grant to basically lay siege onto the turrets. Right now, especially when he's secured the Malefic Gun already, forced to build a Wind of Nature, by the way, and, you know, attack speed is not exactly ideal for Bruno.
15 minutes and 34 seconds with the Lord that will be popping out in 30 seconds from now. That is 16 minutes and 4 seconds in. That means that Ignite Gaming would have a massive lead. They have the priority of the Lord. Kingdom Esports, once again, they don't have a very good way to initiate. You can expect that Lolzy goes in and pick one person off, but as I mentioned before, if you go in and pick one person off, you better expect and hope that Ignite Gaming don't fight back.
Imagine you see the Iron Hook going in. That's a nice kick onto Zack as well. Zack goes into iframes, the Phantom Execution all the way to the back. Grant tried to do something right there, but Lolzy will be there. But hold a second, the damage coming out from the side of Kingdom Esports. It's a little bit too much, and Insanity just taking most of it. Running down against Seiji. Seiji getting eliminated as Yuta tries to hold just a little bit more alongside with Rapitude. But Kingdom Esports have the wrath, the fury, the damage from the side of the defensiveness, and they will strike against Ignite Gaming.
Kingdom Esports down, they finally completely ignored Yuda. They don't care about Yuda, just let him, sprint for days, no problem. I guess this is the idea that Kingdom Esports is looking for in the later stages, because just give the Esmeralda, she's not gonna do anything to us when we manage to take one after another after another. I am genuinely surprised that they managed to get the right target prioritization from the start all the way to the end.
Yeah, and not just that, right? Like, if you notice how Kingdom Esports played that intelligently, right? They see the Iron Hook going out immediately. Insanity and Lolzy just speed runs right there, burns the flicker, and everybody just go in and strike. Zack made a good play to try to go in the way to the back, but Grant and also Lolzy held their ground right there as Yawn just goes in and kill. Finds Seiji, finds Blade, and it just melts them down with the ultimate.
Honestly, I commend Kingdom Esports on the fact that they took advantage, yes, patience as well. They took advantage of the animation lock of that Iron Hook. The moment that you miss the Iron Hook, you're actually locked down in animation for a very long time. This is where Lolzy slipped himself in between to get himself a very perfect initiation.
Without coming for the flank, but Grant down low just a little bit more. But then again, he will not be able to find the damage from the side of Zack onto Grant. He gets healed all the way back up. Good effort coming off from Yuta, but Kingdom Esports now knocking on Ignite Gaming's doors.
18 minutes in, with waves from the bottom lane and the middle lane. Middle lane has already been cleared, so not a big issue at all. Ignite Gaming can clear this, no problems at all, but this is still 18 minutes into the game. Yes, Bruno can pop off pretty well in the late stages once he's got full items, but I think that both Carry and Bruno both serves a very different purpose in the team.
Yeah, if you notice what Carry's going to go for eventually, right? Skips the Malefic Gun, goes for the Rose Gold Meteor because of the potential threat of the Droid. But once, the Carry starts building up the Malefic Gun, it's going to have the extended range, it's going to shred. But I think main thing that he has to deal with is to survive the onslaught coming off from Yawn.
As long as Yawn finds the avenue to just slip between the gaps. Technically he can, with the lack of crowd control from Ignite Gaming. There's only number 1, a counter initiation Falling Star Moon, or number 2, the Bloody Hunt. So it really depends on how Rapitude uses his Bloody Hunt, if whether they want to continue on with the Iron Hook into the Bloody Hunt or flicker into the Bloody Hunt until the target that they want.
I think right now you just go in, right? Like, Insanity is more than happy to receive any form of CCs. I don't think, well, I think right now, I stand corrected. I think right now Ignite Gaming should have the damage to basically deal with Insanity, right? But what Insanity could do is just activate the Vengeance and also pop Consecration and then run away. And all of a sudden, Seiji may find himself in a spot of trouble, running out of HP bars because of the Vengeance damage.
He does have Brave Smite. And of course, Radiant Stacks that keeps healing him over and over again.
Yep.
In terms of draft, it's still and always going to lead towards the side of Ignite.
Why are we looking at Bob versus Bob?
To be fair,
this is the most entertaining OV I've ever watched.
To be fair, that Ballista fight is probably more exciting than Esmeralda versus Uranus.
True. I agree.
You know how they clock
whoever the OV was that, give him a cookie, man.
20 minutes in, the long and extended game length that Kingdom Esports does not want to be in at all.
This is an Evolve Lord abstract.
Yep, one mistake is going to cost them the game. And do note, Kingdom Esports, they also lost the inhibitor turret in the top lane. Not having a T3 up top while the Lord pops up in the bottom lane, that is a macro nightmare.
Yeah, that's why FMM is there, right? Yeah, FMM is playing this like Moskov. Haha. Literally,
Better,
right?
Moskov.
Yeah. It's going to be Ignite Gaming starting up the Lord Pit. Insanity will scout that out. Activations coming up for Kingdom Esports. You can see them starting to move on just a little bit. Right now, the Lord down low just a little bit. Zac secures it instead as Yon gets deleted by Seiji. And that's a massive mistake coming up for Kingdom Esports. And Ignite Gaming is going to step back. Blade stepping forward right here. Lozy down low. Thorn rolls too slow. FMN takes out Seiji though, but Seiji takes down Drin at the same time. Zac deals with the rest remaining person for the side Kingdom Esports. And it's a total wipeout. Kingdom Esports, nobody left in the base to defend as Ignite Gaming burns the kingdom down to the ground.
A fiery entrance of Ignite Gaming that managed to wreak havoc over to the Kingdom. Not exactly the results that Kingdom is looking out for.
Celebrating right there. The only match win they had earlier just now was what? Against RSG. This is what happens. We're going to give the MVP over to Rapidude on this Franco. 3-3-13. Yes, he missed one of the Iron Hawks that almost costed them the game, but he persevered and he came back stronger.
This is the reason why they've decided to pick R3 Franco. Not even wanting to leave it over to the second phase, knowing well that Kingdom Esports is going to ban that out.
Yeah, Franco has always been the kryptonite of Kingdom Esports. That's why if you notice Game 1 and Game 2, they banned it away. Pokey showed the weakness, the shot, the drain that allows you to sneak into the castle for the side Kingdom Esports. And Ignite Gaming took that and ran it.
The Vikings prevail. Man, oh man. I think that Kingdom Esports, they are definitely going to have a lot of difficulty trying to swallow this truth that they could have just won Game 2 and not needing to go to Game 3 and suffer an even bigger loss.
Yeah, not giving up a chance, right? Because even though it was Yon that had an absolutely fun of a game, and you know, you see FMM cosplaying as a Moskov. Ultimately, once the Esmeralda starts coming in, the shields just gives you false what's that called? False confidence, right? It seems like you do have a lot of shields, but then Esmeralda just slices through you, absorbs all of that, and then he's just absorbing all that damage into himself, and Seiji late game is just shredding everybody to pieces.
I didn't think that it was entirely necessary for them to even need a carry for their game at all, but hey, in the end of the day, it does serve as a very good insurance policy for Ignite as they move on over to the late game to have a proper win condition. To be fair, if we look at the very early game matchup, I will say that yes, Ignite do have a little bit more problem as compared to Kingdom Esports, solely because of the fact that there is an assassin jungler in the name of Yon, quite easy to pop off as long as he lands kicks, and FMM, you know, we know that Angela is always crowned as the queen of first blood, right? So with this roaming trio from Kingdom Esports, early game and laning phase should naturally prevail for Kingdom Esports, but Ignite Gaming actually gave them a really tough time, which moves on to the mid stages of the game, where Lancelot starts to get scary, good amount of damage, the versatility of the Lunox starts to pop off, and Yuda as the Esmeralda becomes such a huge sink of time, resource, and skills.
Oh, you're right? Both FMM and Seiji are literally one of the highest.
Take a look, damage dealt.
Yeah.
100k. 100k. What did I say?
Man, he's just absorbing all the damage and also just dishing out all the damage.
Yeah.
Right? He's just literally hard carrying that one in terms of the statistics. But you're right?
It's the invisible pressure from Esmeralda. You think that you are not receiving that much. You feel that it doesn't do anything too much as long as we just ignore him. But sometimes ignorance is bliss. only to a certain extent.
Yep, and by the way, Seiji and FMM also has the highest count of first blood as well in MPL Singapore, right? Both of them played 10 games in total, and they've already racked up 3 first bloods respectively.
Damage taken, damage dealt. Esmeralda just doubles in everything, almost doubling the entire team by a massive amount.
Yep.